Hello and welcome to the I Meditate Calm Mind series. This is a set of 4 hypnotic audios which, when combined together, will help you stop worrying and deal with anxiety. We're looking through these at taking through processes that will help you reduce attachment, that will help you break through the lie and illusion that our minds can sometimes project upon the world and allow you to see things as they are, flowing and changing, to help you accept that change and that things do shift and bring you to a place of inner peace. To get the most from this series, whenever you listen to this, first of all, do not be driving any sort of vehicle, do not be operating heavy machinery. You want some time to yourself to be able to sit, relax, and really enjoy and get the most from these audios. Throughout them, I may ask you to picture or visualize things, and do not worry if you cannot see that like a movie. All I'm asking you to do is think about things, imagine things however you do that. So if I was to ask you right now to think of or imagine a dog walking down the street, some of you might be able to see that dog and others would be less likely to see it, but you would know what I was talking about. To know what I'm talking about, you have to be visualizing, even if you're not consciously aware of it. So you can do this. Make sure you're not going to be disturbed. Make sure you're sitting comfortably. If you prefer a meditation position, you can. Sitting is fine. And you can also do this reclined on a bed, but prop yourself up, not in complete sleep position. To get the most of it, follow the instructions to the best of your ability and have a sense of curiosity and excitement. This is an adventure and a journey we are going on together, and I'm going to walk beside you, and my voice will go with you upon this journey. So, if you've got all those things ready, if you've got that time to yourself to not be disturbed, let's begin. So, I'm going to ask you to have a stretch, have a fidget. Make sure your phones are all switched off, and this time really is just for you to get the most from the session. Sitting, lying, however you've chosen. Just have a stretch, have a fidget. And we're going to begin by taking 3 deep breaths together. Now, I don't want you to close your eyes and begin to go into hypnosis on the first breath. And I don't want you to close your eyes and begin to go into hypnosis on the second breath. But on the third breath, as you breathe in, just take a moment, and then as you breathe out, just allow your eyes to close, just in the time that you need to start going into hypnosis. Take a deep breath in, hold it, and breathe out. Taking a second deep breath in, hold it, and breathe out. Taking a third wonderful deep breath in, hold it, and this time just allowing your eyes, just in the time that you need to take to relax, to close and to let go and to drift and just listen to my voice, because there really is nothing for you to do. Just let go, follow my voice, to relax. And the more you relax, the better you feel, and the better you feel, the more you can relax now with every breath you take, every word that I speak. That's right. And just be aware of your breath. Be aware of any sensations in your body. Sounds round about you and everyday thoughts are not going to disturb you. They can just help you go deeper into this experience, intensifying the experience. That's right. And as you're there, being aware of sensations in your body, aware of your breath, and aware of my voice, and beginning to relax even more now, just letting go. I want you to become aware of that place within you that begins now to feel still. A place within you, and I don't know where that is that you begin to notice that now, but a place within you that just feels calm, feels still. That most relaxed point, most comfortable point within you. That's right, and as you're becoming aware of that now, I want you to just focus on that point. Don't judge it, don't think about it, just observe it. Like a heron watching a fish in the water, just poised, watching. And notice how, with each breath now, that point of comfort and stillness can expand and retract. And every time it does that, it grows a little bit bigger. And shrinking a little bit, then expanding a little bit more. And if it helps, imagine that as a ball of light, a ball of colored energy, expanding and shrinking. Expanding, shrinking, but each time enlarging, getting bigger. And as you're there listening to my voice, aware of that point expanding, growing bigger, I wonder just how much more relaxed, how much deeper into that feeling you can go as you begin to spin that feeling within you. Allow that feeling of relaxation, of stillness and comfort to flow and spin within you, with each breath bringing it up through the body to the top of the head, and then breathing it down the body, sending it down the front of the body, all the way down to the tips of the toes, and then breathing it back up from the heels. That wonderful, cool, calm, relaxing, that sense of stillness, soothing energy flowing through you, up the back as you breathe in and out, down the front as you go down. Spinning and flowing that comfortable feeling within you. And I don't want you to go into hypnosis any quicker than you are ready now to do this. To just drift, to float, to let go. Going deeper and deeper. And I'm going to count down now from 10 to 0. 10 is where you are now, and 0 can be a beautiful and profound state of hypnosis, which really is nothing but an inner focus, guided by my voice, with an accompanying relaxation. And you can relax as much as you want like that. And as I count down, I want you to imagine the 0 is like a doorway, like an entranceway. And with each count, I don't know what it looks like to you, but with each count, it starts moving closer and closer and closer, step by step, easing its way towards you. And I don't know whether you'll go into hypnosis at the beginning of the count, whether you'll wait and go into hypnosis at the middle of the count, or maybe you'll wait till you get to the 0 before you go all the way into hypnosis now. But whenever it is you go into hypnosis now, you can really enjoy this journey and experience today. Ready to stop worrying and to deal with anxiety. That's 10, every cell, fiber and muscle of your body unwinding and relaxing. 9, drifting down through time and space. 8, with every breath you take and every word that I speak, it starts to become automatic now. You do not have to think about this. Just relax. From 8 to 7, deepening that sensation, intensifying those feelings of focus, relaxing into that, wherever that is for you, that allows you now to go into hypnosis. Down to 6, enjoying with each breath that wonderful stillness. 5, that midway point, like the spinning of a wheel, like a wagon wheel. The outer rim can be going very fast, but the spokes on the inside can be going slower until you get to the middle, where all appears calm and all appears still. And I want you to become aware now, again, of that place that feels most still, most calm and most comfortable within, and go into that place. Allow that feeling to spin and flow even more within you, down to 4. With every breath you take, every word I speak, it's automatic now. You do not have to think about this, just relax. From 4 to 3, drifting, floating deeper and deeper. Down to 1, letting go now. Relax, let go, drift and float. Softening every muscle, every tension, down to 0. And that 0, that entranceway, that doorway, that deeper level of hypnosis is waiting there for you now. Just flowing towards that and stepping through that. Now, deeper down. And I want you to become aware, in your mind's eye, of a candle. A candle of pure relaxation. Now, I don't know what color that candle is for you, that your unconscious mind now has chosen to be the color of relaxation, trance, and transformation for you. Whatever color that is, just be aware of that candle sat there in the candle holder, flame flickering. wondering whether it's got one or two or three or many colours in that flame. Just notice that now. Gentle dance of that flame, teased by a hidden breeze. And as you notice that candle, being aware of that candle, the first bead of wax starts to run, beautifully formed bead of relaxation just beginning to flow down the side of that candle into a wonderful pool of relaxation. Wonderful pool of relaxation just beginning to form there at the base. And as you notice that, I want you to drift into that candle. Be the candle, that warm flickering, and those gentle softening beads of wax beginning to run down and form a pool of deep relaxation at the base of the candle as you begin to melt and dissolve down into that place. That's right. As you continue to relax, to let go, to go deeper with each word that I speak, as my voice begins to go with you on this journey, I want you to imagine yourself in a place, a perfect place, a mystical place, a magical place. Maybe it's somewhere you've been, or maybe it's completely made up, but a place that feels revitalizing, refreshing, a place where things can happen and transform. Like I said, a magical place, a mystical place, whatever that is for you. Just be there now. See the things you see, hear the things you hear. Know, feel, and understand what it's like to be there now in that magical, mystical place, seeing what you're seeing, hearing what you're hearing, feeling what it's like there now as your unconscious mind takes you to that place where change and transformation can happen. And as you're in that mystical, magical place, you become aware that beside you there is a candle, whatever color that candle is for you. And you notice how the beads of wax are running down into a pool. And as you focus on that pool, you get the sense of the sound of running water flowing, moving, gurgling, bubbling. You follow the sound, walking through that place, seeing what you see, hearing what you hear. And up ahead you notice a flowing river. I'm going to go stand beside that river, seeing the water flowing, sometimes fast, sometimes slow. Never looking at the same bit of water twice as it flows past you. Sometimes a little eddy, a little ripple, sometimes a little spiral of water as it moves on by. Looking in the direction of where that river comes from, you're never sure where it starts. But following it, thinking about it, you know it flows out into that vast oneness of the ocean. And when we think about that river, starting somewhere maybe high up in the mountain, maybe from a spring bubbling up from under the ground, or maybe from drops of rain falling onto wet, soggy earth. Maybe initially there's just one drop of water, but that joins with another drop. So it's no longer the same. One has become two, but again is whole. And more bits of rain, more drops of rain, or more little streams of water bubbling up from the ground meet, converging, coming together from wherever the source is. As they move, they flow, and they connect, changing from a drop to a dribble to a beginning of a stream. Maybe it's only an inch wide to start off with, but ever flowing, ever changing, it grows bigger. It looks for the easiest way past everything in its object way. It flows around those things that are solid, although with time it changes them, washing them, shaping them, pushing its way where the soil is loose, changing the shape of the entire earth. As it flows, it begins to pick up speed and changes again, generating more force, more energy as it flows, carving and shaping its way, heading for the lowest point, the easiest points to move through. With time it expands, getting wider, changing again as it flows, faster now, over rocks, through valleys, cascading as waterfalls, where it changes again from a solid flow into a myriad drops descending down before it reforms again in a bowl, in a pool, and continues to flow, getting wider and wider, more powerful, more strong as it flows and changes, faster and faster. But as it gets wider, the landscape changes and it also gets deeper, cutting its way through time. Sometimes the changes on the river are fast, they happen so quickly, and other times it takes millennia for those changes, but earth and the water are always in flux, they're always changing. They continue on, and that river gets wider and deeper and meanders across floodplain, wider and deeper, and as it gets wider and deeper, it slows. And yet its power is no less, its force is just as great, shaping landscape. If more rain joins it and it floods, then it becomes even more powerful, ever changing, reaching out. But then it reaches back in as the water is absorbed and continues to flow, and eventually it flows out into the estuaries where it mingles with the salt waters of the ocean. It goes from being the river that flows to being the river that pushes and pulls with the tide, again changing until it changes again and becomes the vast ocean, where at some point, through the evaporation of the sun and the mixture of the winds, a drop of rain is plucked up into the sky, where it becomes a cloud, changed again. And I wonder, as we think about our own lives and think about the river, just how much you can begin to notice that one consistency has always been change. Through the flow of time and experience, even times where things feel repetitive, days seem similar, they never really are. There's always different conversations, different things, different weathers. Everything changes, everything in flux. And I want you to recall a past experience of change, a time, a moment in your life where you go, that was change. I mean, we all change, do we not? If not, we would still be babies and still need our mothers to walk around and carry us and feed us. But notice those times of change. Notice the feelings associated with that change. Notice the emotions and lessons learned through that change, because as we flow, as we change, as time shifts and flows and changes, there are always things to learn. Every time we experience something new, we are learning something new. And I wonder how many new things you can learn as you explore the past times of experience and begin to realize that consistent thing within your life has been the very change. and that moments of challenge all pass, because they are part of life too. They are part of life too, and those worries, those concerns, just like the river flowing, never stay the same, never last. And what at one point might feel like a rough time, like the rapids, the early mountain stream, shifts always into a time of flow. And I wonder just how much more you can relax with life. As a part of you, that part of you that knows how to accept, can begin to accept life is flow. Life is change. It's one of the inevitable. And when there's change, if we try and stop that change or control that change, well, then I'm sure you can remember times when trying to force change or take control of change became a struggle and a challenge. And you can also remember times when going with the flow at times of change made it easier. And I wonder how much easier it can be if you choose now to go with the flow, to find and discover the easiest ways through those challenges that cause worry and stress and anxiety. Not ignoring them, but allowing yourself to find the simplest, most logical way to deal with them. And like the river, going, flowing, using your energy to not fight change, but to go with change. To begin to enjoy the learning and understandings that come from change as you begin now to embrace change and transformation in all aspects of your life. And in the very nature of change, in the very nature of that flowing river, nothing is held on to, never held on too tightly. Water doesn't hold on, it supports, it guides, it leads. It never holds on. You can put your arm into water and pull it back out again. You can put your leg into water and pull it back out again. A fish can be brought out of water, and if water held on, the fish would always be there. And I wonder what thoughts, beliefs, and situations do you hold on to that when you let go of in a moment will allow you to let go of worry and anxiety in your life. You may not be aware of them consciously, but there will be things that your unconscious mind knows that by holding on to this belief and that, this thought and that, what happened in the past, by holding on to that, you're trying to hold on to something that anchors you in the past rather than allowing you to flow into the present. Just think about being in a river. If you are having to hold on to something whilst the flow of that river is pushing against you all the time, that would be exhausting, would it not? And it is exhausting when we're fighting that flow of change. So your unconscious mind now can identify those thoughts, beliefs, and things from the past that you're holding on to that cause that anxiety, that worry, that exhaust you by trying to hold on to them. Whereas just like a tree above the river, you can let go and watch as those leaves of thoughts, beliefs, and past situations drift and flow on the river of time. Watching them flow past you, out to the ocean, becoming part of all that is. And as you watch, As each one of those leaves drifts, you can repeat to yourself, I am open to the natural flow of life. I release attachment. I am open to the natural flow of life. I release attachment. I am open to the natural flow of life. I release attachment. That's right. And I wonder when you will be now ready to let go in this time, in this mystical, magical place. Notice in your hand several strings attached to balloons, lots of different colors, because life has lots of different experiences, beliefs and thoughts. But as we've seen with the river, holding on and trying to control these, trying to control the inevitable change, just leads us to worry. Whereas it's so much better to just let go. And I wonder, when you are ready now to let go of those balloons, you can let them go. And maybe you let them go one at a time to really step into that place of going with the natural flow of life. Or maybe you let them all go at once because you are ready now, in this moment, in this time, to release your attachments. Attachments to things causes us worry and stress about the things. Attachment to events that are no longer happening causes us stress and worry about things that are no longer happening. And attachment to beliefs that certain things will be certain ways just causes us more pain as we worry and stress and get anxious about what may happen that never does happen, because even if it does, it won't last. It flows, it changes. And by the very nature of flow, it can only ever be different the next time around. And how much more wonderful to discover how much different it can be from past experiences as you begin to let go of those balloons now and watch them sail off into the sky, floating up. Notice how all those beliefs, ideas, limiting thoughts and behaviors get smaller and smaller as you let go and embrace the natural flow of life. Sense the lightness within. By letting go of what we've been holding on to, we create the space within for new possibilities. And I wonder how good, how wonderful and positive those new possibilities can be as you let go now of those things that were holding you back, those things that were keeping you anchored to the shore rather than allowing you to go with the flow. And the more you discover that you can go with the flow of life, the more calm, more peaceful, and more fulfilling your life will become from now on. And as you stand there on the banks of the river, thinking about the places that river visits along its way, as it goes towards the ocean, picture your future self on your own journey, navigating the changes and challenges of life with grace and ease. Situations you used to find difficult, that used to worry you and stress you, notice how you find the easiest and smoothest ways to flow through them, to deal with them, because also when you deal with it and do it, it's over quicker. So you can just allow yourself to flow, navigating changes. When obstacles come up in your life, you find the easiest way to go around. And that doesn't mean ignoring, it just means you deal with it in a way that creates least discomfort and resistance in your life. Having let go of the need to control everything, because outside of ourselves, we have little control, and within ourselves we have control, but all changes. By allowing the change, we can allow ourselves to become all that we can become. Picture yourself in the future with an open heart and a flexible mind, dealing with life's changes and challenges easily and effortlessly, with grace and poise, centered and calm. Drift into that you. Step into that you. Get a feel of what it's like to be that you now. And bring that you back to that mysterious, mystical, magical place by that river. That's right. And allow yourself to understand and integrate all that that future knows, that allows you to let go of attachment, to let go of worry, to let go of anxiety, to enjoy the flow of where the journey takes you. And you move back towards that candle, that flickering, burning candle. Noticing that pool of wax warm beneath your feet. As another bead of wax runs down the side of that candle and you're aware of the flame flickering at the top of your head. A pool of wax beneath you, calm and relaxed. Step back out of that candle. Step back out of that and slowly begin to return to normal everyday awareness. In a moment, I'll count from 1 to 10. And on 10, you can open your eye. Only when you're ready to let go of attachment and control, to embrace the flow of change, of time and of life. That's 1, every cell, fiber and muscle of your body coming back to normal everyday waking consciousness. Number 2, to be the person you want to be, to live the life you want to live. 3, to be able to go with the flow and let go. No longer hold on to those things that used to bother you. 3 to 4, coming back. 5, feel a whoosh of energy from the tips of the toes to the top of the head, energizing, refreshing, revitalizing, feeling good. 5, 6, wonderful feeling now as though you're stood out on a hot day and you've just been sprayed with a cool spray of water. It's beautiful, refreshing, clearing eyes, nose, body, feeling great. 7, 8, coming back now. 9, and when you're ready to be able to embrace change, to go with the flow, stop worrying and really embrace the journey. Open your eyes, feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. And as you stretch, and as you have a fidget coming back, you can carry the wisdom of this journey into your everyday life. And even though you do not know how letting go of all those attachments has transformed your life yet, you will be able to embrace change and find more beauty in every moment.